If you are enjoying the story so far, and need more Dungeons and Dragons in your life, I invite you to check out another group called the Long Past Podcast. They are working their way through heroism and tragedy in the events of the Chragan War. Their name and link are in the description below. The sounds of battle fade into the past, replaced by the weeping of the bereft and the reunited, as the hobgoblins' prisoners rejoin each other and cry over their dead, hoping that Del's word will prove true and the young elf can resurrect them. While Varin rushes southward, wounded but hunting a messenger raven, the rest of the party settles in to catch their breath. Now let's get into it. Welcome back to the Land of the Hunter. It is day 116, and the elves are in a large forest of ancient, extremely tall trees. It is 3 minutes after noon, and the elves have scavenged their expended arrows. Moving over here. There we go. There is neither wind nor rain, and the temperature is beginning to dip below 40 degrees. Del now has Varin's bone dagger in his belt, and Varin is currently benefiting from both Longstrider and Fleetfoot Leaf until 1 p.m. this afternoon. Del, we forgot to take care of something for you last week, and indeed for the entire party, for which I apologize. I claim lateness. For Adran, Thía, and Varin, we now have a total of 371,684 experience points. Not that it matters because we're level 20. For Del, you now have 308,806 experience points, and you have reached level 19. So let's get you leveled up a little late. My apologies. Just checking, you can both hear me, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Setup.
So I'm going to go ahead and bump you up to level 19. And I will put Del's experience points in for you. Alright, Del, if you would please go ahead and hit the hit dice button to roll for your new hit points. As usual, we'll go with the average or higher. Whenever you're ready.
Go big or go home.
Precisely.
Well, you guys have a good aim night. I'm going back home.
Inspiration point.
Del, you have an inspiration point.
Woohoo!
Alright, so that's going to be the average, which is 6 for Del. So your new total hit points, total maximum and current, is going to be 89. No, 9. There we go. Now, Level 19 means you get to choose an ability score increase or a feat, and you and I have discussed this offline. Would you like to put your new feat into the chat?
I can state it. I don't have it ready to go, but it's going to be Magic Initiate.
It's down to the bottom of your character sheet, features and traits.
Oh, that makes sense.
I told you I typed it out for you. There you go. Now you can state it.
Like the spells and all that. So yes, I learned. Given the struggles we had with our last fight, and Dell having trouble finding some way to light the trolls on fire with anything other than an 8th level spell, I took Magic Initiate, which allows me to learn 2 cantrips and my choice of a 1st level spell. The cantrips I'm taking are Produce Flame and Shillelagh, and the 1st level spell I'm taking is Longstrider.
Very nice, which you can
that
cast.
Also comes with 1 free casting. Sorry.
Exactly. Precisely what I was going to say.
Produce Flame is definitely going to be a good one.
Especially against trolls. Don't forget to if you want to, you can update your for Thea, Varin, and Adran's experience points. Like I said, it doesn't largely matter because we're not going past level 20. Alright. Switching over here. Alright, so Dell, you're currently...
okay.
I'm sorry? Hello?
Everyone else is going up... Wait, yeah. The Dell, Varin, and Adran are going up to the 371 number, correct?
Adran, Thea, and Varin, yes. Dell's going to 308.
That makes sense. I'm pretty sure I said the wrong word there.
You did. You called my character Dell. Not that I've ever called my character any other name than Varin. Right, Adran? Alright, so I am trying to load my map. Here we go. I suddenly realized that I was on a correct map, but the wrong map for the time. Alright. Wait, where did you go? There it is. I'm going to put it right here for now. Varin is going to... Oh, we lost Thea. All I did was put a token out. That's all I did.
I did say go big or go home, so... Well.
Apparently Thea briefly went home. Welcome back, Thea.
Yeah, I think I had some trouble there.
Sorry?
So I think I had some technical trouble there.
Apparently. Alright, so... It is 12:03 when Varin begins chasing the Raven. And the rest of the party, I believe, is going to take a short rest. So you three can start rolling some hit dice to recover any injuries, if you have any. Varin does not get this benefit. Adran, you do get to reset your action surge uses and second wind uses. And if anyone has benefits to their speeds, please put them back to normal because the short rest requires 1 hour. Varin is traveling, and within a few minutes of him starting into his travel, he is going to spend his 2nd level spell slot. 1. There we go. Sorry.
Sorry, I meant to catch it before we moved on from Adran and Thea. Since we're all taking a short rest, the Dell can reapply
Inspiring.
What's it called? Thank you. Inspiring leader. Which should actually be up to 21 now.
19 plus 2 would be 21, correct. So Adran, you, Dell, and Thea all have 21 temporary hit points. And then, is anyone injured?
No.
Adran.
Well, at least not mine.
Valid, Thea, thank you. Adran, are you injured? I would be very shocked if you were.
Just my pride.
No comment. All right. So I used a second level spell for primeval awareness in the forest. That gives me a 6-mile range. Ta-da! Basically like that. That lasts for 2 minutes since I used a second level spell slot. And one of the very first things Varin detects is a fiend. This is fantastic news. I'm so relieved to hear this. Alright. So I did some fun math on this while we were in between game sessions, based purely on the fact that Varin has 2 different speed boosts working on him, Longstrider and also Fleetfoot Leaf. Technically speaking, I get to the destination ahead of the Raven Messenger that I'm supposed to be following. Not that map. Let's go to this map. On my screen it reads, taking an arrow to the knee. Okay, and I'm going to wait because my screen is apparently very white. Please no screen of death.
Loading.
When it finishes loading, you should all be able to see through Varin's point of view. Oh, that's right.
Look with your elven eyes. What do you see?
Right. I was going to do this, and I forgot to hit the button. Actually, I'm using my bonus action to re-roll my stealth check. Because I think previously it was a roll of 13. I will take 30. Varin is Varin is a ghost among the trees. All right. You might be able to see, if you zoom out to about 70, the great big trees all around, and also this ridge over here. Whoop, this button. There we go. I pinged successfully. Okay. I need this, and I need this. Cool. So, upon arrival here, I have 25 minutes left of my plus 20 movement speed. I have sensed a fiend within 6 miles, give or take. I am not leaving any detectable trail, and I can use a bonus action to hide. So now I'm going to start scouting out this area. You two can provide commentary as you wish, while I move and etc. So that was a dash action, and I'm currently using land stride. Varin moves carefully and gingerly through a dense network of briars that rise to roughly about 10 feet off the ground. Ahead he sees some interesting signs, and time for some survival checks. Utilizing favored enemy and natural explorer benefits, etc. Okay, that beats my DC. The clearing of this thicket has certain interesting signs. The branches of the trees and some of the thicket's brambles are bent, snapped, and broken off. Some of the limbs are scattered over the ground. Sap oozes out of the wounded boles, and claw and boot prints score the soil beneath the broken branches. Still, oh come on, there we go. Still using land stride. Come on, my mouse button does not wish to work, which is quite rude. There we go. Ahead, I see that the ground descends into a ravine that is quite large across there. But before I go all the way to it, I'm going to find more signs. Time for a survival check. Oh, I forgot to mention. No, that's not important. Okay. Ooh, wow, 31. That is a success. Varin wrinkles his nose at a lingering foul odor as his eyes glint swiftly over the ground. The trails here are unfamiliar, but they are deep with weight, broad, and long. Coming over to here, and seeing how... Come on, mouse, work with me here. There are signs across this ravine and icy creek, more specifically frozen creek. I'm going to use my action to spend a spell scroll of jump, which triples my jump distance for 1 minute. Oh yeah, bonus action hide. Ooh, nat 1. Varin reads the spell, coughs a little bit, blows, sneezes as he fights some allergies, and will attempt to hide again as he also jumps the ravine. Nat 1 to nat 20, I accept. That's a great omen for the rest of the evening. Jumping. Let's see. Go to here. Hang on. Triples jump distance. Round up to 15. Where's my mouse? Okay. Had to make sure I had the measurements right. Moved up to 10. Long jump. From this point. Come on, mouse. There we go. To there. Okay. Hooray, I moved successfully.
Oh, skiing on the river?
No skiing on the river, I jumped clean over it. Survival check. Survival check with an advantage. Okie dokie. That is a very good roll. Several sets of prints go about in this area in a haphazard helter-skelter. Ever before a pair of enormous feet which trod the soil. The smaller prints rush in mass to the south, while the larger pair stop, turn, and head back toward the ridge. So Varin is going to move briefly up to this tree here. Take a gander towards the ridge. Across that frozen creek, which I will draw an arrow to. An arrow, not a circle. Fantastic. Varin sees a large fiend with red skin, huge horns, clawed appendages and hooved feet, and a very large humanoid, bipedal type fellow. And Varin's just like, I'm pretty sure I could take these two on my own. I'm not going to because I said I wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure I could take them. Moving to here with a dash action. Moving up 10 feet. Come on. For a long jump.
What are these?
What are these whats? Oh, thank you for clarifying. Varin would have seen these as softly silvery glowing reeds. Right.
Okay.
I need to make some quick adjustments. Bear with for a moment, please, and thank you. Okay.
Is there...
Let's go ahead.
I thought we were in a fairly arid or warm environment. Is there something unusual that's freezing the river, or did we just go higher in the mountains and I realized or something?
Well, we're well past out of the desert, if that's what you mean.
Okay.
We're in a great big forest, and it's also the winter season.
Okay.
And save. That should now lock you out of being able to see what Varin sees.
Yes.
Did that work?
Yes.
Okay. You can no longer see what Varin can see. Got it. Okay. And
I see nothing.
Alright, so Varin is going to skedaddle out of here for a little bit. And I'm going to track something, see if I can find it. Excellent. That does succeed. Varin finds what he's looking for and uses his spell slot to cast this.
And I'm on a messenger.
Indeed. And then I'm going to... Goodness, my Dungeon Master screen does not want to keep up with me. Rude. Varin is going to maneuver and place himself. Okay. I apologize. I have to wait a moment for my Dungeon Master screen to catch up. So, I'm going to rely on alternative methods here. Of course, just as I open up alternative methods, that's when my Dungeon Master screen starts working properly. Go figure. Okay, so that is my scouting mission.
Time for a commercial. Are you having a bad hair day because you got a bad haircut?
Let's move everyone to here. All right, so can you all find in the top right corner of the map our location, the party tokens and travel tokens and such?
Sorry, what was that question? Oh, wait,
Can you go?
I barely see something over there in the corner.
Can you go to the top right corner of the map?
There we go. I find it.
Excellent. And there we go. Okay. Varin is going to make sure he's on normal. Good. Take a minute to do this. Good. And then do this. That's a dirty 30. Varin is hidden somewhere on the map. Right. Is this what I need? This is my timeline. Okay, so at 1:03 in the afternoon, you three come out of your short rest. The people are milling about, dismantling chains and locks and trying to find clothes that aren't bloodstained. They're mostly avoiding us, except for some of the elves who kind of look at us like, or look at the party like, what are you? Do you wish to explore the outpost?
Yes.
Search.
Yep.
It's a yes from Thía. Adran? I assume
just
Del? Sorry?
I want to just the tents and the tower.
Okay.
And
The tents, the longhouses is the better word for these structures. Mostly are barracks. You're welcome. They're mostly barracks. Basic beds, such equipment. Very little in the way of actual information or value. However, the centralized tower housed the command functions for this outpost, and you all can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different items. That was an odd being.
That was.
Each item can be read if you know goblin. However, they are arranged in various ciphers, so each item will take either 30 minutes to read or a successful investigation check.
Alright, I'll try it.
Which item would you like to try reading first? The activity log, the local map, the manifest, the memos, or the slave conditions?
The map.
All right. Please give me, Adran, an investigation check. Del, you can cast guidance on him if you so wish.
That's intelligent.
I should hope so. Adran, you can make your investigation check with guidance.
No,
Which is
stop.
1d4. I don't want to stop. I want to play.
I clicked on a button that I didn't want to click on.
How rude. And while he's doing that, does Thea or Del speak Goblin?
Now, how do I do the guidance thing on mine?
Not seeing your character.
You just add a d4 to your roll.
Okay.
Precisely. Does
And
Thea or Del speak Goblin?
Checking. Thea speaks Common, which, if I remember correctly, for our world is basically Goblin.
Adran, that is...
If I remember correctly.
That is a total of 16. You are correct, which is a success. So I will share something to you, sir.
Cool.
The local map. You can read it off yourself if you so wish. And by read it off, I mean out loud.
Three miles south of the outpost is a ridge labeled Signal Position to Alert Scouts. Ridge line, red, green, and blue flags. Various curving arches or arcs annotated with sigils indicated blowing winds and words bat flight route. Notes in the margins beneath the map's southern borders: knoll activity increasing, avoid solo and night travel. Scouts have had no luck finding their den.
Yeah, it's about this point that all three of you kind of look at each other like, wait, Varin's solo traveling.
Yeah, but he has long strider. He can at least keep up.
Which item would you like to look at next, Adran? And Thea, Thea, if you want, you can attempt to read. You have it on there as common. In this region, Goblin is the common language. That is separate from the common tongue. Okay.
Basically, you still don't know what's actually written there.
That's based off of earlier gameplay. Yeah. That's based off of earlier gameplay before you were the actual player for Thea. Adran, what next would you like to look at?
You said something about slaves. I think that was like the 5th item.
Slave conditions.
There you go.
However, it is locked. Does anyone have thieves' tools?
Oh, I have thieves' tools.
If not, they can help too.
Precisely. Oops, I forgot something.
And then, since Thea's really not so much for reading in this region, apparently, could I have her... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, you can try opening up the door if, or opening this lockup if I can't do it.
There is another item that is locked. The activity log.
All right, so I'm going to open up the what was it? The
slave conditions.
Slave conditions. Here I
and
go.
Thea, would you like to try and unlock the activity log, Thea? Wow, Adran, nice roll. Wow. That unlocks it neatly.
I'm in the wrong character sheet.
It's all in the wrist.
gonna send something to you. Nice, Thea. That is a reliable talent. Let's start hitting buttons. Adran, did the slave conditions show to you, sir?
Oh, I still have my character sheet up.
Gasp,
Here we
how
go.
rude of you.
Slave conditions. 50 slaves, mostly humans, some elves, out of the western lands past the mountains, taken from the wandering grassland tribe. Ooh. Interesting. The elves are of limited usefulness. They seem to have no magical talent or even awareness, even elven artifacts. All right. 5 elderly male slaves executed for non-compliance. That sucks. A note after the roster reads, request to terminate remaining slaves granted. Final dig pass yielded no further artifacts. Ruin structurally unstable. Pathway blocked by dream-addled stone giant. He still thinks this is all a dream. Caught and bound in packed a Hezru fiend. Too unstable to keep in outpost. Sent with giant. What is a Kennerethel? Anyway, that is sent to guard the ridge for the scouts. Well, we got a giant on our hands.
Okay. And Thea, you unlocked... Hang on. The activity log. And I should have asked you, Adran, to give me an investigation check in order to actually read all that. My bad. Adran, please give me an investigation check to read the activity log with guidance if Dell's willing to cast it.
Yeah, that's a yes on the guidance.
It's apparently unnecessary, but thank you. That's a 21. Goodness. That's a 22. Goodness. Here comes the activity log for you, sir.
Let's see, it says in the activity log.
Sorry?
I was just about ready to start reading it.
Oh, my bad.
Excavation of ruins believed to be part of a pre-Alcarna age. A giant vault hidden under what may have been a collapsed library, archive, or temple. Interesting. Progress slowed due to dense arcane shielding. Well, that's interesting. 3 slaves expired attempting to force passage. Unfortunate. 17 cursed items uncovered. 17? Oh, wow. That's worth looking
He's going to go searching pockets.
Read on, Adran.
Chipped to forge site Khazar. The rest of the entities, the rest of the entries detailed rotating slave shifts, rest periods, and punishment rotations. Man, whoever wrote this had a grammar issue.
Adran, that word, pre-Alakarna. Alakarna is not a goblin word. And by the way, because you got a total of 22, it actually has roots in Elven language.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that didn't sound like goblin at all. That sounded Elven.
Alright, so that was the map, the slave conditions, and the activity log. What's left are the manifest and the memos.
Let's look at the manifest.
Thea, unfortunately for you, that those 17 cursed items that you were very excited to start searching pockets for. In case you didn't hear, they were those items were already shipped to Forge Site Khazar.
I heard they're shipped, but I'm still gonna go pilfering through pockets anyways.
Fair. Del, would you like to cast guidance on Adran for him to attempt to read this?
We can just kind of keep that as a run and go for now.
Noted. You're just automatically casting it. Adran, investigation with guidance, please. Okay. For a total of 18, which is a success. And it should be coming up to you momentarily.
Alright, the manifest reads, latest shipment of items sent 3 days ago to Khazar. That's where all the 17 cursed items went to as well. 3 crates sealed and marked with warning runes. Okay. Food stores, slave feed, medical supplies, and a curious note. 2 barrels of ghost water brine. Ugh. Secure away from slaves. Well, of course, they don't want them getting in there. Latest reinforcement request denied due to engine instability at Khazar. Oh man, a lot of stuff is happening at this Khazar place.
Did we get a location for Khazar?
Yeah. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Tectonic vibration nearly collapsed storage facility. Soldiers necessary to contain slave unrest. I wonder what they're doing over there that's causing all this areas to collapse. Because that's like the 3rd time I've seen something collapsing.
And the final item, investigation check with guidance.
Okay. This next one is called a memo.
Wow. That is a total of 25. Very nicely done, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we got memos here. Here's a goal. Test feasibility of capturing and destroying divinely imbued items. Dark Anchor. Yeah, no question mark on that one. I wonder what that is. Records indicate a pre-Alakarna alliance between giants and the world-ending elven filth to store and hide mystic artifacts. Elven slaves suspected of sedition. Seditionary? Okay. I've never seen that word before, so. Seditionary whispers, harboring intents to rebel. Solution, when item flow ends, kill the remaining elves. How dare he? Resonate slag byproduct. Ooh, that sounds horrid. Of disconstructing artifacts. Residual evil evidence of elves transmutated to matter? Question mark. What were to happen if elves were forced into touching their own evil essence? I think that's not meant for children's ears. I'm just a little
Dell looks up like, huh?
Ugh, these goblins have really weird taste in investigating certain things that even elves should just cover their pointed ears. Uh, oh. Although I would really like to know more about the Dark Anchor. Sounds interesting, but it almost sounds like it's a new kind of weapon.
Whatever, Adrian, you can give me investigation check with guidance.
Okay. That's the guidance part.
Thank you.
And investigate.
Okay, so that's a total of 21. Nice. It seems evident that this outpost was constructed over an archaeological ruins of some sort, where they found a treasure trove of magic items. These items have been packed up and shipped off, all of them. Apparently to this place called Khazar, where there's an engine instability and strange byproduct of deconstructing artifacts. Possibly, let's see, with the possible goal of creating this quote-unquote dark anchor. Sounds like a place we might need to go visit soon.
Probably almost immediately.
As you are reasoning this out and going through the various items, which by the way should remain in your journal, available for you to look through, an eagle with a leather scroll clutched in its talons alights on your shoulder, blinks its haunting eyes, and then says in Varin's voice, "Ridge guarded by giant and demon near bridge. See map. Hobgoblins flew east days ago. Gnolls herded south. Avoid thicket. Blizzard approaching. I've readied support." The eagle flaps its wings, drops the scroll, and with an indignant squawk flies away.
Guys, I have this crazy idea. I know exactly where Khazar is. And one of our teammates is already there.
Thea, Adran is sharing this information. Adran, based off of the map and what Varin just said through his animal messenger, this is likely not Khazar. This is likely the ridge where the scout region or the scout meetup is. If you will refer to the local map.
Oh, actually, yes, that's what it is. That's where
Yes.
they found all of those interesting items. But I have a feeling I know exactly where Khazar will be. And we're pretty close.
Do you want to set out to go meet up with Varin at the
yes, of
scout
course.
at the scout location?
Yes.
Question: do you wish to travel stealthily or at normal speed?
Normal speed.
Okay. Any precautions that you three want to take before you set out? You do know that there's a fiend in the area, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Second.
Okay. While Thea or Dell arranges their things and gets ready for another hike, Adran, your memory is stirring, especially with the mention and sight of all these elven slaves. You recall a ruined tribal camp in the grasslands south of our forest, where we found an ugly battle site where all the elven males had been killed and the women, children, and elderly taken prisoner.
Yes.
It seems we found out where. Implication: the hobgoblins definitely have a route between this area and home. As your mind wanders and Thea and Del gather supplies to go on another hike, you also recall Varin's longbow came from that same camp. Varin's previously handmade longbow of Varin's own making, well, he dropped it in battle and got stepped on. I'm pretty sure by a troll.
Yes.
Varin's magic longbow that he currently has came from that same tribe. There are possibly people here in this outpost, the elves, I mean, who might actually have a claim on the ownership of that longbow.
Possible.
You may also recall the various other events and goings on from that time. How we went to get that, what we thought at the time, thanks to a certain nanny that we hold in dear departed memory. She sent us on that way to go get an artifact from an old magic ruin, where you currently have your armor and sword and such from. And you may also recall what happened just trying to gain entry to that place.
Oh, yes. And also to the headaches that followed.
The headaches and what you learned from Del when Varin was cured of his lycanthropy. What Del witnessed in Varin's mind, if you may recall.
That part's a little foggy.
Okay, well, we can address that another time.
What did you do with Del's... Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to just check something.
Okay.
Thea or Del, did you have anything you wanted to prepare before you headed out?
Do I have it on my spell story? No. No, I don't think so. Adran, Del could cast Pass Without Trace, but I think it might be a little expensive right now. What do you think? Do you want to try to hide us and move stealthy, or do you want to just go?
Adran? Del's asking you a question.
Oh.
It'd be a little expensive, but Del based on that. Want to try to help us stealthy to go meet up with Varin, or do you want to just go and think we can move safely as is?
Let's just go and meet up with Varin. I think we'll be okay on the way out there.
Oh yeah, because we're probably traveling more than 1 hour anyways, aren't we, come to think of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so never mind.
I will answer that question uno momento. Because I'm rolling my hit dice for my short rest. Wow, I'm rolling low. Give me a good number. That was not a good number. There we go. Whoops. Oh, whatever. That brings me up to 157. I spent half my total hit dice and I'm back up to full health. In answer to your question, between the map and the animal messenger, your agent's able to calculate out that traveling at normal speed, it will take 1 hour precisely to get there. It'll take an hour and a half at stealthy speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
So we wouldn't be able to move stealthy all the way without 2 castings. I think
Pretty
that's a little
much.
expensive. Did Thea find anything kind of searching through people's pockets?
Primarily weapons, some dice, bones, elven fingers.
Okay. Nothing particularly special. Can I maybe pilfer like 2 or 3 daggers?
I don't recall that they had daggers. My apologies.
Okay.
Roll me, and let me think.
It's not the end of the world. I think I'm actually full anyways. I was just.
You were just hoping.
Trying to make sure it's stocked.
I think you're
I'm a
fairly well
looter.
stocked.
I look for options.
All right, you three arrive. Not that button. This button. Come on. Here we go. At the Adran, based on the map and intelligence that you gathered, as mentioned, this is probably not this apparent Khazar location. This is more likely the rendezvous with the scouts. As I quickly jump around trying to find the right information. This is the signal position to alert scouts, where the map indicated ridgeline, red, green, and blue flags. The time is 4:01 in the evening. Clouds have been scuttling across the sky. Winds are picking up speed, blowing towards the north. And it is notably cooler. And I have to shift a bunch of stuff over so I can hit this button. Because we are now in dim light conditions, which is very good news for wood elves and rogues and rangers and people with skulker feet.
And dark elves. Yes.
Well, yes. Adran,
Not blinded.
how do you want to proceed, sir? Adran, you are muted.
Are we trying to do anything here besides just, kill the trouble?
Well, a raven messenger was sent to this location. What message was included, we don't know.
Okay.
Adran, you there, sir?
Well, there are gnolls down at the south, and then there was a giant somewhere nearby.
And also, whatever was at the ridgeline, the green, red, and blue flags.
I figure that those are soldier troops. I just don't know how many are in each.
Oh.
Thea, I'd like to offer to go take the ridgeline and scout it out to make sure it's, clear, but also just be able to shoot anything unpleasant.
Alright, you go take care of that first. But if you feel as if you're getting overrun with shooting, come back and let us know.
And what are these yellow lines? Are these pathways?
Okay, so, real quick. Each of these black lines indicates a change in elevation along the side of the ridge. The yellow lines, which you can't actually see these yellow lines from where you are. You're not supposed to be able to see them, at least. Indicate a safe, normal terrain passageway up and down from top of the ridge to bottom of the ridge. If you try and go up and down the sides of the ridge without going through the yellow lines, it's difficult terrain. Not climbing, just difficult.
Okay. How tall is the ridge? I mean,
this direction indicates the easiest way up. And from the bottom to the top, it's about 20 feet. I think. Double check. 20 feet from forest floor, yes. Whereas these trees are easily 60 to 70 to 80 feet tall.
Oh, that's quite a distance.
Alright, Thea, would you like to give me a stealth check?
yes.
I assume you want to proceed stealthily. Adran, while Thea is going quietly on her way, what would you and Del like to do? Nice roll, Thea.
Well, I think I should probably stealth check too.
Alrighty. And what is everyone's current armament situation? Del, do you have your shield and staff?
Yeah, Del will have shield and staff.
Okay. Thea, how about you?
Well, she's actually gonna go climb up this way, I think. Well, not really climb, I guess. It just says difficult terrain. We're not climbing.
It's just difficult terrain. It's not climbing.
Okay, so bow, I guess.
Okay. Adran, armament. Sir? There you are.
Still thinking.
Alright, well, while you're thinking, please give me stealth checks. Whoever wants to hide.
Alright.
I'll make an extra stealth check for Del.
Much
He's gonna cast
appreciated.
guidance on himself.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Think invisible thoughts. Adrian with a 24. And, oof, Del, 12. Okay. You proceed quietly. You proceed quietly up the I almost said ravine, up the ridge.
Okay. And yeah, okay, never mind. Thea's also sorry, real quick. Thea's also gonna take advantage on dex attack for 1 minute. Bad berries. A fleetfoot leaf.
Okay, that's a plus 10 to your movement speed for 1 hour. And by the way, anyone can start moving their tokens whenever they want.
There. Now, action dash.
Okay.
That works.
And each of those black lines indicates a 5-foot change in elevation. Okay, Thea? So to move up 1 is going to cost you 10 feet of movement. Adrian?
Still thinking of where I want to go.
Keep worrying that you're falling asleep on me. I know you've had a busy day.
Yeah, the sun kind of took it out on me.
How dare the sun?
Let's see.
And Thea, don't forget Del. He's still back there.
Yeah, yep.
What were these yellow lines over here? These zigzag lines?
Safe routes up the sides.
Yes.
Okay.
Or easy routes up the sides.
Just gonna dash for now. Are we sticking with movement speeds, or are we kind of going wherever we want to go?
I'm more just giving you the information. You how you wish to proceed is up to you. But I would prefer that you keep at least with some measure of movement speed.
Okay. So Thea's gonna basically, on a second turn, kind of work her way up this ridge.
Okay.
And, like, carefully crouch low, trying not to silhouette herself on the top of the ridge line. She'll peek up to check to make sure it's clear. And
at that point,
first off,
you...
What are these?
Well, if I can talk. Those are piles of dirt. You can imagine that they are serviceable for ducking behind for the purposes of cover or hiding. However, you can see over here a red flag planted in a mound of dirt, and somewhere over there you can hear the sound of someone or something breathing. It's a very long, slow breath.
Okay.
Type of breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I will approach cautiously.
Okay,
and
stopping right there, please.
Yeah.
Thea, you are faced with a curious tableau. At the crest of this ridge are 3 mounds of dirt arranged in a triangular fashion, with a red flag, a green flag, and a blue flag. In between the 3 different mounds is a large nest. You can see sticking up out of the nest the corner of a piece of parchment. However, and perhaps disconcertingly, scattered about the nest, the ground around the nest, across the lap of a sitting hobgoblin, and a pile of raven feathers, and one of them is dangling from the hobgoblin's mouth. He is sitting with his back to you, his hands on his knees, dressed in kind of an odd color woolen robe, and he's just breathing in a meditative breath style, with a raven feather dangling from his lips.
Almost
there's
a good way to take him out.
eating, basically, huh?
Okay, well, first off, Adran, what'd you say?
Sounds like a great way to take someone out.
Thea, what were you asking?
So it's basically a hobgoblin eating a raven?
Or has eaten? What would you like to do?
I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Alright, before you shoot, let's roll for initiative.
I forgot to click on Thea's token first.
Noted. No, I will adjust it momentarily. Adran, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Thea, it apparently worked.
Rolling initiative.
Oh, Adran. Nat 1. And Thea, okay, which one? Did Thea got the 10? And Del got the 19. This is going to be interesting.
What the fricks?
Okay. Thea, please go ahead and resolve your attack. I'm double checking to see. Here it is. Because this is going to give us a. I'm double checking actually. Hang on. Yeah, this is definitely going to give us a surprise round. So you can resolve. I'm going to sort this into initiative order. Move it out of my way. There we go. Okay. As I quickly have to sort things out. Sorry, everyone. Here I was thinking everything was ready to go, and I just have to quickly make sure of one little thing. Nope, nope. Okay. Thea, go ahead and make an attack roll at advantage with your longbow.
Working on it, working on it, working on it. Sharpshooter on. Bless is not on. And now it's sneak attack on. And then we'll shoot him.
That makes sense.
I take the head. I don't take the head. That's a bad shot. That probably
18.
I'll take the head.
Okay, shush. 18 minus 18 minus 5 is a 13, which is a miss. However, your position is not revealed because of Skulker. All right, so that's going to kick us into. Yes, I already added that in. That is going to kick us into combat. Del, you are first up as Thea rises her knees and takes a snapshot at this. Well, actually you can see. You've got a 120-foot range dark vision. Takes a snapshot at this meditating hobgoblin. What would you like to do?
I wish I cast Blessed on him. But given that doesn't seem to be an option, I will move.
You can cast Blessed now.
There. Just a second. That was 10 feet. That limits me to another 20, which comes out to... My brain not working. Shh.
No comment.
There we go. I want to work my way there.
Okay. From your
And-
position, Del, you look down and you can see a bunch of softly glowing reeds along the edge of a ravine, and a bridge which does look passable, questionably. You can also see two large figures that are just looking up.
They're looking up here?
They're hearing combat start. They're like, huh? Kind of a thing.
Question. What combat are they hearing given that Thía would not be revealed with her miss?
Thea's position is not revealed. However, she did just take a shot with an arrow. So there's a twang of a bowstring, a hiss of an arrow in flight. That would be what they hear. However, Thea's position is not revealed. Makes sense?
Not quite at that distance, but I'll accept it. I want to whisper to Adran that there's two creatures down there in case I don't know how far he can see.
Not that far.
So I'll whisper to him that there's at least like a giant and something else big and demonic looking down there.
And you still have your action and your bonus action.
You know what? I'm gonna cast... Oh wait, hold on, how far does that go?
I don't know.
How far does that go? Range 120. How far away am I? I'm within range.
Okay.
So boom! I'm gonna shoot at the demon looking thing.
You have advantage from having been hidden. Although you're going to be hard pressed to do better than 28.
I'll try it just for kicks and giggles.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Noted. 28 stands. And you cast it. You upcast it. Nice. So that's a total of 31 damage. You said you cast it at the fiend.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, the demon-looking thing there.
Excellent. That creature is now highlighted, glowing with the guiding bolt's blast. So whoever attacks it next has advantage. Thank you.
Yes.
On a hit, next attack roll made against that target has advantage before the end of your next
And
turn.
I'll whisper to Agent, there's trouble down there, right about there, as I stab it with my guiding bolt.
There's trouble down there, right there, as you use that for your vocal component. Anything else for you, Del?
No.
Alright. And the meditating hobgoblin is quite surprised. So he doesn't get to do anything. Adran, I think your turn is coming up. Just so you're aware. Creature is surprised. Adran, what would you like to do, sir?
Not sure.
I don't think you even have a weapon in hand yet.
I don't think so. Though I think I will unsheath my scimitar.
Excellent. Would you like to equip your shield, which would take an action? Or, as a side question, would you like to try and blast with advantage at that target that Del just highlighted?
Which for 1 round and 1 round only, any attacks against him, well,
The
first attack against him gains advantage.
Well, I'm not sure.
Decisions.
Well, since I already have shield and sword in hand, and I already rolled stealth. Let's see. If I move anywhere, it's gonna get their attention, though, I believe.
Well, I mean, Dell did just blast one with Guiding Bolt. I think their attention has been got.
Yes.
And between those yellow lines is normal terrain.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh, wait. I just have it on 40.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's as far as I got.
Excellent.
And let's see. Oh, no. I need my page back. No, not that page. Sorry.
You're fine. I can tell you're getting tired.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
This makes sense. You have
And
advantage
I'm
on the
going to-
shot.
And I'm going to do it on the one that Dell attacked.
Yes, that would give you the advantage. I forgot there's
Okay.
2 targets there. I'm a good DM.
We only dropped like 2 or 3 hints to go for that one, so.
Yeah. There
And
we
you
go.
can shoot Firebolt because you have Warcaster. 13 to
Mhm.
hit with advantage. I'm sorry. It's like that. This creature is in the midst of standing up, and so your bolt goes between its legs and scorches the grass on the far side.
Nuts.
And it ducks down low and looks between his legs in like a classic child doing a headstand type position. Looks back up and like, huh?
And that's all I'm going to do for that.
Excellent. Thank you, Adran. And we move now, not to Thea, because Varin is going to reveal his presence now. And Thea, if you're close enough-ish to hear... I'm sorry?
Nothing. That's been really good to see.
Oh. You are able to hear as Varin calls out, grow. And he's going to cast plant growth, giving himself a very nice play area to work in. And then he has his longbow in hand. Bonus action, hide. Okay, 23 to hide. I'm going to use Landstride to maneuver through all these wonderful, in retrospect, poorly chosen colored brambles. With the way they're mingled with the color of plant growth. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Thea. How far did I move? 30 feet. Now I have 35 feet. Right, because I forgot. Hey, all my movement speed has ended. Thea, it is your turn. Now you know why Varin said to stay away from the thicket.
Upset. The dumb, stupid hobgoblin standing still didn't die. Why is his head still in his body?
Technically, he's sitting.
Try again.
That makes sense. Let's go with a different color.
Oh, I think I found his bad news.
That sort of did not work. Okay. I'll fix that in a moment. 25 minus 5 is a dirty 20 to hit. That hits. Roll damage! Okay, so that's 10 from Sharpshooter, 34 from Sneak Attack, and 12 from your arrow, for a total of 56 damage. Ouch! Okay. Watch that health bar, which I just realized cannot see. There we go. Because all the dice were in the way. There you go. 56 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that's again disappointing. He's supposed to be dead.
Anything else for you, Thea? You are revealed at this point, and there. Yeah. Sorry.
Move there.
Okay.
Oh wait. How close am I?
By the way, it said
bonus action hide.
Okay.
What?
I was going to say I did set up this map specifically because you got excited at one point about hexagonal maps.
Yeah, for some reason I like the hexagons. They're like cool.
Well, there you go. You're welcome.
Oh wait, that's not supposed to be advantage.
Technically, it is supposed to be an advantage because you have not moved more than half of your movement speed.
Well, I might end up doing that, but we'll see. Anyway, it's the first one anyways, right?
First one.
First roll, the first one on the advantage that did not mean
Oh
to be
yes,
advantage.
the first one is the one we go with. Which I'm not. Wait. You rolled at advantage and got a nat 1? How did you do that? I'm confused. I think the dice might have glitched. Alright, well,
that's just re-roll it.
No, we'll keep with it. It's not going to make a huge difference, honestly.
Okay.
Reliable talent is in effect. Did you want to move anywhere else?
Yeah, basically, I kind of moved left initially as I head, and then I'm going to move back over here behind this mound of the red flag.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Alright. This fellow is surprised. Which means we are at these reflexes for Thea. When I get there. There we go. Thea, your thieves reflexes, your extra turn.
That's what I just did.
No. Actually, because all right.
Oh no, I didn't. Because basically my first round was kind of like the surprise round, right?
This is the first round. You rolled a 10. So when I called for initiative rolls, you rolled a 10. But I went ahead and had you resolve your initializing attack,
Oh yeah.
which you missed. Then we finally got to initiative count 10, which is you. And now we're at Thieves' Reflexes, which is your initiative count minus 10.
I think we skipped over the giant.
No, we did not, because he is surprised. Because of surprise round.
Okay, I'm thoroughly confused, but I'll take an extra shot.
Oh, good. You have advantage on the shot. Oh, goodness.
I'm thoroughly confused.
Okay, yep, that's gonna hit. For a total of 62, that's 10 from sharpshooter, there we go. 41 from sneak attack, and 11 from the arrow, for a total of 62 damage.
Yikes.
And still alive.
Still alive? Inconceivable!
Would you like to hide, Thea?
No inspiration for... Oh, sad. Okay, fine. Yes, I'll hide.
Wait, don't you already have inspiration?
Not on Thea.
Oh, my bad. There you go.
Yay!
33 stealth. And do you want to move anywhere or stay where you are?
I'll move there.
Alright. In that case, we're going to delete these reflexes out. Now we're at the top of round 2. Because round 1 was the round where all enemies were surprised. They are no longer surprised. And now we go to Dell. As the wind starts picking up and there is a definite chill to the air. Dell, what would you like to do, sir? I'm sorry? Adrian, can you hear me okay?
Put the chill in the air.
Adrian, can you hear me okay? Thea, can you hear me okay?
I do.
Excellent. Alright, so Del, it is your turn. And then Adrian, you're coming up shortly. Del, what would you like to do?
Del's turn in what shortly?
I said, Del, it's your turn, and Adrian, your turn is coming up shortly.
I am trying to think of what to do with Del. I'm not quite ready to cast those spells on the big guys. Ooh, can I reach that?
That was incredibly distorted.
And
I have no idea what you're saying.
30. Can you hear me? Hello?
Now I can sort of hear you.
Hello?
Wow, what is going on here? Alright, Thea, or sorry, Del, what do you want to do?
Okay, in that case, Del's gonna move in a little bit.
Whoa, that's weird.
I can set down to 50. Wait, hold on. That's 30, which means it's 50.
I don't know what you're trying to reach.
I don't think I can. I want to blast the other guy with the fire cantrip, but I don't think I can reach that far.
The other guy is that guy who? Which guy?
30 feet, 80 feet, 60 feet. No, I cannot reach him. So,
Okay.
I wanted to blast the almost dead guy with my fire cantrip, but I cannot reach that far.
Okay, thank you.
So, what I will do is I will use my action to hide.
That makes
I
sense.
don't want to be seen right now. That's not encouraging.
That is not.
And I will at least move down.
Okay. Alright, so you attempted to hide, and then you moved. Anything else, Del?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Wait. I think we can do one thing. And it is bonus action. Yes, so I will go ahead and cast this on myself just for kicks and giggles.
That makes sense. I'll double check Adrian here in a moment because his turn is coming up. And come on. You know what? I completely forgot. Del, with your new perspective, you, Thea, and Varin, and Adrian, of course, all hear from the south a giggling, laughing, howling noise as of many throats.
That's the problem I was looking for.
The hobgoblin, the meditating hobgoblin right there, is going to stand up, wobbling a little because now, turn around, doesn't see Thea because it's hidden, but does see Del because not hidden.
I mean, technically I did hide.
Technically, you did not. Technically, you attempted to hide. He's going to point at you and croak out in a rolling basso ribbiting sound a command. And Del, I need, if I can get this to stop moving. There we go. Del, I need from you, sir, what the? Wisdom saving throw.
That's a good one, at least. Wait. Yes, it is. Yahoo! Ha! Suck it! I think.
Okay.
I'm wiser than you are, as I don't really hide behind the giant dirt mounds I'm trying to use for cover and standing as obvious as day, apparently.
Okay. Seeing that its spell has no effect on you, the figure turns and does a bouncing, skipping, hopping movement. Where is it? There it is. Come on. There we go. And Thea, you are suddenly bumped into. Oops. Hey, there's Adran. Rude.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting real tired.
I noticed. We'll finish up this round, and then we'll call it for the night.
All right.
All right. So Thea, you are still hidden. However, someone just bumped into you. Adran, you, Del, and Thea all heard a lot of giggling, roaring, cackling cries to the south, and the figure that you attempted to burn is looking straight at you. What would you like to do with your turn, sir? Adran?
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn, sir. Oh wait, no, it's not your turn. It's this guy's turn. My bad. I'm paying attention. Okay, to here. What's... Yeah. It is going to dash. Alright. And that's it for its turn. Adran, it is now your turn. Except... Yeah, go ahead.
So you're not gonna let me cast Firebolt on this guy, but he's right up and close.
I mean, you can cast Firebolt. It'll just be
Yeah, but
disadvantage.
he's just too close now. Now I'm gonna have to strike him 4 times.
Aww. You sound so upset.
I'm not.
I figured. Well, might help if I was on... There we go. Let's see this guy's armor class. That is 17 to hit, which is a hit for 11 damage. Nice.
Ooh, cool.
You slice into him. Double check. Okay. 22 hits for another 10. However, you notice, a little belatedly, that your scimitar doesn't seem to be hitting quite as hard as you'd like it to.
Yeah.
It's
almost like...
Go ahead.
It's almost like he is attuned with my scimitar, which I don't
How
like
rude of
it.
him. Or at least resistant to it.
Well, I decide to drop my scimitar, use my
Okay.
bonus action, and pull out my sanguine nonetheless.
Automatically activating it. Which damage type would you like to use, sir?
Let's use force just to be on the safe side.
That seems safe. And you are now set to force. And you are not lighting yourself up like a torch.
No.
You have 2 more attacks.
Oh,
That
good.
hits another hit for 11 damage, and that definitely seems to hurt.
Okay.
Now you're cooking.
No, I'm forcing.
True. You are forcing, and you stab like the mighty elephant for another 10 damage. So you went 11, 10, 11, 10.
Huh. I like the odds.
Right? Give me a second. Guitar. Would you like to move anywhere, sir? That was your action, your bonus action. You can now leave that area and enter no attack of opportunity, thanks to mobile.
Actually, you know what? No, hang on a second. I have to stay over here because I did use all of my movement speed.
Nope, this is a new turn, sir.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
we're all
gonna
paying.
stand here.
We're all paying great attention.
I really need to go to bed.
Someone late.
Anything else for you, Adran?
No, that's gonna do it for me.
Okay. What happened here?
Wait.
Did I somehow delete all their initiatives? No, I did not. It's just, what happened here? Hang on. Oh, I get what happened here. Okay. Right. Over on the eastern side of the map, there is the heavy beating of leathery wings. And the cries of hobgoblin voices. The reason for this is because I rolled initiative correctly and I forgot to roll it for certain ones a certain way. So I'm going to have to adjust this. Come on, move, move, move. There. Okay. Adran, that was your turn. It is now Varin's turn. Oh, right. I should probably move myself to the correct area of the map. That would probably help. Focus ping. Shoom. Varin sees bats flying in. A lead bat with a hobgoblin. A bat to the south with a hobgoblin. And then a bunch of bats carrying hobgoblins strapped to their chests with hobgoblins on the backs. Well, I can't target the hobgoblins on the backs. And I'm not going to target the one in the front. Because I'm going to target the ones in the back. Come on. Nope, wrong button. This button, that token. Excellent. So as I said, I cannot target the hobgoblins on the giant bats' backs. I can target the hobgoblins on the giant bats' chests. And I can target the giant bats. Whew. They are about 20 feet in the air. So for the hobgoblins, you know what? For the bats first. Do I want to do that? No, I'm going to target the, let's see, there's 4 hobgoblins that I can target. I'm going to target the hobgoblins first. I have advantage on the first shot. No sneak, Colossus Slayer. No Colossus Slayer. So I will throw Sharpshooter onto this first shot. (32 minus 5 is 27 to hit. And I'm going to put Foe Slayer on that for damage. Why not? So that's a total of 25 damage. I have to zoom. Here we go. 25. So he's badly hurt. Next hobgoblin. No advantage, no sharpshooter. No Foe Slayer. I used it up. Boo. (28 to hit will hit for 8 damage. Two more shots. Same rules. 21 hits, 17 hits, 11 and 8 damage. There. And there. And now I'll target the 4 bats. Starting with the lead one. 22. That hits. For 8 damage. I'm going to use Sharpshooter on the next 3. Sharpshooter, there you are. Oh, not 1. That's better. This one. Minus 16, 10 from the sharpshooter and 6 from the arrow. Final target, the bat. I crit. Oh my gosh, 12 on the arrow, 8 from the crit. That's 20 plus 10 from the sharpshooter. That's 30 points of damage. If my mouse will work with me. So the bat dies, and this is where it's very unfortunate for the bat and its rider and its passenger that it is 20 feet in the air. Because 20 feet in the air means falling damage. Adran, please roll for me. 2 delta 6. Thía, please roll for me. Indeed. Thía, please roll for me 2 delta 6. Thank you, Adran. That is going to go to the passenger. The 6 damage from falling. And Thía, that is going to go to the rider. Thank you. Now, let's see. They are both above the brambles, which are 10 feet high. Adran, please roll for me 2 delta 8 plus 2 delta 6. Thía, please roll for me 2 delta 8 plus 2 delta 6. Thank you, Adran. So that's 12 piercing damage and 7 poison damage. For a total of 19 and death.
Oh.
And Thía, thank you. That's 10 piercing damage. Ow, and 9 poison damage. Ow! For a total of 19 and death.
So don't walk on the pokies. Got it.
Yep, it is very painful to walk in the brambles if you are not a ranger. That was my full movement, unfortunately, so now I'm going to use my bonus action to hide. Bye! I'm not here. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 8. Make sure my arrow count is correct. There we go. Thía, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna guess that being bumped into tends to kind of reveal one, even when they're hidden.
So technically it reveals your location, but he cannot actually see you or hear you. Because you are hidden in the darkness.
Okay, so I basically heard I'm revealed, but I'm hidden. Which does not make sense.
Imagine you're walking along and you bump into something you cannot see. You know something's there, you don't know what it is, you don't know what it looks like, and as far as you know, it hasn't made a sound. Continues your turn.
I interaction, pull out my dagger and stab it in the ribs?
That makes sense. You have advantage on the attack.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Well, why didn't you just ask that then?
Well, I was trying to ask when that was hidden, and like I heard I'm revealed, but I'm hidden. Well, that's both.
Give me your attack at advantage. That was weird. 23 is definitely going to hit. 37 sneak attack. Ow. 9 from the dagger. So that's a total of 46 damage. The hobgoblin that you just slammed your dagger through the rib cage of You feel its body ripple up and down from the blow. A large, croaking burp escapes its lips, and inside its lips you see a surprised, toad-looking face before it dissolves into green slime.
Why didn't you die sooner? You didn't have to suffer that long.
Thea, that was your action. What would you like to do with your bonus action? Sorry, that was your interaction and action. You still have your bonus action and your movement. You are now revealed.
I will go ahead and bonus action hide, because that makes sense.
Fair enough. Alright, that's a 27 to hide.
And I will move there.
Ow, my neck.
That'll be
Excellent.
the end right there.
The bats, the living ones, are all controlled mounts. Seeing that it is now very deadly to be flying, this guy is going to. What is his per pat? What is his awareness level? That's what I meant to say. Not high enough to beat Varin's stealth. Haha. He's going to take a. I'm sorry.
Said haha.
Ah, gotcha. Come on, mouse. Work with me here. Move over. There we go. This fellow riding the bat is going to fly down low and see if he can figure out where Varin is. He is still flying. Call it about 10 feet off the ground. Perception. He finds Varin, and he calls out to the rest of the hobgoblins. The filthy elf is here! Kill him! Real quick, I need to bring some more people onto the map. And there it is. More gnolls come screaming and gibbering up from the south, laughing maniacally as they smell blood in the air. Okay, where are you? Okay, he's a passenger, so he doesn't get to do anything. Here's a rider. / pilot. He's going to fly over here. And he's going to try and take shots at Varin. I'm gonna say I'm in the thickets. Yes? Okay. I'm gonna call that half cover. First shot. That's going to miss by a lot. That is it gonna hit with cover? Cover. Half cover. Where is half cover? Yep. Half cover is +2 to armor class. So Varin's current armor class is 22 while in these 10-foot tall thickets. So that both those shots miss. Waha! Varin's feeling very safe now. Maybe. Somewhat, sort of. Speed. There we go. Come on. Be a good token. Move where you are told to move. Unfortunately, because of... Indeed, and unfortunately because of the thickets and movement, they're still above the deadly brambles. He's going to take shots at Varin. Still with half cover. So both those miss. Haha! These guys are passengers. Here we go. Where are you? This guy is going to land with his passenger. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have a passenger. He's going to land and disembark and find out that he's now moving very, very slowly. Hee hee. And take 2 shots at Varin. Both missing. Haha! Final one, this guy does have a passenger. He's going to land. Disembark. And go very, very slowly as he takes 2 shots at Varin. Well, there's a crit. That's a total of 10 damage incoming. Varin's going to use his reaction and his special gloves. Not that one. Here we go. Okay, I reduced the damage by 13, so I take no damage. Haha! I am happy with that. Adran, over to you, or over to your perspective, I mean. You are fleeing from this demon, leaving your scimitar behind. And as you get there, focus pink. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look, he's dashing. Not in the handsome way.
Inspiration on that one, I like that.
Yay! And as that happens, we all hear a keening, bestial roar coming out of the south.
And no more inspiration.
Mingled with a howl of wind and snow and ice. And
that's the real trouble I was worried about.
Here. There we go. Gotta hit the right button. This button. And that is where we're going to end it for the night, as a blizzard starts blowing into the area, which, Thea, do you see where the border is? Right here?
Is that what that is?
That is the blizzard effect.
This whole thing is the blizzard. So I got a little crazy and drew outside the lines. I bet.
Oh my gosh, yes, you did get a little crazy. But yes, almost everything that the red line touches is blizzard. Almost. Just like I said, you got a little crazy there.
A little crazy.
Alright, so that's what we're up against. I want to thank you both so much for playing. I apologize. I'm sorry that we aren't able to play longer. I know, Adran, you're tired, and Thea, we had a late start. That's okay. We at least got into combat by 3 rounds as opposed to 2. And there's a bunch of bad guys all around us. Sorry?
And the big question is, what's bringing the blizzard? I don't feel like that is natural.
All right. Again, I want to thank you both so much for playing. I hope it was fun. A little bit of challenge trial, challenge skill checks, skill challenges, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yay! With apparently massive issues about to break down upon our party.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? At least you know, par for the course. We're used to this sort of insanity right now, I think. Maybe.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Again, come on. Buttons everywhere. All right. Thank you again so much for playing, and I hope you all have a good night's rest.
Yes, thank you for setting up and running the game for us.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna stop recording. Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thía, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time.
Air Elemental, Beholder Zombie, Cambion, Hill Giant, Water Elemental.
Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.